Hello trainers, Ganeto here, and today we are diving together into Ultra League Holiday Cup. Up on the lead we got Ampharos, and of course at the back Virizion and Charizard. The back line is extremely safe to use. I really like how Ampharos can go pretty neutral against the meta. It will lose a lot of matchups, but also it can go pretty close against those ones. So we're looking at a pretty strong pick overall for the meta. At the back Virizion and Charizard form one of the safest cores that you can have as your backline, so this is why I'm using them, and most of the times I'm gonna save switch to Virizion, but sometimes Charizard might be the better choice overall. So Virizion here able to go pretty well against the Snorlax, so down it goes to those double kicks, and we get out of here with a lot of energy to spare. Here comes now the Shadow Punch. We're just gonna block because we have a lot of energy to spare, so we're gonna throw the Stone Edge on the last Pokemon, which is the Gyarados. Look at how much damage we just dealt with Shadow Ampharos, dealing all that damage with the Volt Switch, able to get there now to the Sacred Sword to deal some really nice and lethal damage to the Gyarados. Gonna take the shield out of them, and I know that the Aqua Tail will not knock us out. I want to keep the shield for a potential Shadow Ball, so I will not risk it at all. Getting there now to the Dragon Claw, and that's gonna secure my first win for this video. Galvantula will be our next opponent. Guess what? We're having the battle of the electric types. I know I have to go straight for the brutal swing, however I'm just gonna stay a little bit longer than usual in there, so now I'm gonna throw the move, and of course I'm pretty sure that we're gonna take at least one shield out of them. One good thing that you can do with Ampharos when facing a threat like Galvantula is that you can outspeed to the second move. You need 5 of those Volt Switches to charge up to 2 moves, while they always need 3. So with that in mind, we're just gonna block the next move because a discharge can always be fatal, and right after we can safely farm down. They're coming in with a Shadow Zapdos. Are you kidding me? Are you gonna use my own tricks against me, trainer? This is not gonna happen at all. Now I'm gonna bring my Virizion before they farm any more energy, because this can get pretty tricky. They go in with the Articuno, and I'm pretty sure I can one-shot them down with a potential Stone Edge. But guess what, trainers? Articuno can still hold on its HP levels, so we're just gonna get hit by the Icy Wind, but at this point we're just gonna farm down, and we have one Stone Edge ready to go and a lot of energy to spare with Shadow Zapdos to finish off that Zapdos. So yeah, Charizard is gonna do a lot of work here with that wing attack. So yeah, we did not have a lot of energy to spare, but still we got the win there. Charizard definitely does a lot of work against the meta, but props to them. They were using a Shadow Zapdos, and I cannot be much more proud than that. So we're having the Obstagoon up on the lead, and here is how I like to play this matchup. I know that my backline is pretty strong against Obstagoon, so I always stay in with my Ampharos till they throw the first move, then I will bank that energy for the end game, while I will save switch in there my Charizard. The reason I go for the Charizard is because Virizion will always have a better matchup against Obstagoon, so I do not want to reveal it yet, keeping it for the end game, because I know that as soon as I bring my Charizard into play, they are most likely gonna go ahead and get their next Pokemon into play, protecting their Obstagoon, obviously. So my Virizion can have a very good matchup. Look at that, able to farm down here. Doesn't matter what they throw, we can still survive with this. Down goes the Obstagoon. At the back they have the Talonflame, and they know that with the shield advantage, if I get to that double Stone Edge, we're just gonna win this entire thing. Giratina in the next one, and we have to go ahead and spam those brutal swings. However, they managed to catch on the Virizion. Not good news for me, but still we're gonna be able to go ahead with our Charizard and start doing some solid work. We're gonna block effectively the big nuke, so that gives him some time to go ahead and farm down completely. With that in mind, I know that this cannot be another Stone Edge, so I'm just gonna let it slide. And of course now they're gonna return with the Giratina, getting there now to those Dragon Claws, able to chip away some really nice damage out of that total HP that Giratina has, and with that in mind we have already put it at a point that one brutal swing can finish it off with ease. On the other hand, they're going for the Dragon Claw, so it gives me some time to go ahead and finish them off with another Dragon Claw of my own. We end up taking a shield out of them and almost a second, because they finished us at that last turn with a Dragon Breath damage. Able to get there on Dragon Claw, chipping away some nice damage from our Ampharos. We don't care at all, they got the Steel type at the back, and of course our Virizion will stand on the higher ground here because of that Sacred Sword. Sacred Sword is gonna connect for a lot of damage on the Magnezone, almost the whole knockout, but they managed to survive with 1 HP. Doesn't matter at all, we can still take the moves, and of course we got the Sacred Sword now to finish off the match, but they decide to let that go through, and guess what, trainers, we're just gonna farm down here with the double kicks, because why not? This is gonna be absolutely entertaining. Into the next one now, and we're facing up on the lane the Ninetales, and that is looking like a pretty solid matchup. We just won the Ninetales out of Virizion's way, and with that in mind I think we're gonna be just fine. So let's connect here that Thunder Punch of ours, and I'm pretty sure I can survive one, so I'm just gonna let that go through, and look at that, IVs truly matter, so we're just gonna survive with 1 HP, down we go now, but we still took their shield out of play. At this point I'm just gonna go in with my Charizard and completely farm down. I know I have to shield at least once, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do that on the first move. Look at how much energy I have on the Charizard, the rank 1 for the Ultra League. Jellicent comes in, and unfortunately they have the bubble. Let's get there now to the Blast Burn to burn them down, and I'm pretty sure that this cannot be a Shadow Ball. Just gonna let that go through, we can survive, and I'm gonna go in with Virizion. I'm checking here that with Bubble Beam around they will not have something like an Ice Beam, so they're gonna fire off the Shadow Ball, which gives me a lot of extra time to prepare for whatever there is at the back. Let's get to the Stone Edge. At the back there is gonna be the Obstagoon, and guess what, trainers, we are already there on the double Sacred Sword, so I'm just gonna let that move go through. Cross chop doesn't matter at all, it will barely even tickle us at this point, so we're just gonna go with a back-to-back and grab this victory, but they can still survive, doesn't matter though, because we still have a whole Charizard at the back, and of course a double kick will do more than the whole work that we need to grab this victory. Into the next one now with the Togekiss up on the lead, pretty solid lead for our Pokemon, and I will overfarm because I'm expecting the switch at some point, and here it is. They have their own Ampharos, so with the Focus Blast on the Virizion, oh boy, that hurt a lot, but it doesn't matter. Sacred Sword here is gonna do a lot of solid work out performing those moves that Ampharos has. Down they go, and of course they're gonna farm us down with this here, with that Togekiss. Doesn't matter, we still have a lot of energy to spare with our Ampharos. So the first Thunder Punch will be blocked, and I have already one more to go, and I think this is gonna be a CMP. So we'll just block here because it seems like they're kind of afraid of my Ampharos for the end game, and then switch out to my Charizard. And guess what? We were correct because they have a Gyarados at the back. So a flyer up on the lead, a flyer at the back, and this is gonna be a fantastic team for my Ampharos. Let's get there now to the big fire move, which even resisted still does a lot of damage to the Gyarados. Oh, we also have the Dragon Claw for back-to-back crazy damage on the Gyarados. Down they go, and we can definitely outspeed here to the finishing blow, so we're just gonna finish them off with a Blast Burn against the Charmer. You love to see, trainers. Ampharos into Galvantula once again, a lot of Galvantulas lately, so I'm just gonna stay in here, and I believe that those Brutal Swings are gonna do all the work that we want to do. So we're gonna take the shield as well to start off. They are still not gonna throw, they're gonna throw pretty late because they were most probably expecting the switch at some point. Doesn't matter, not gonna do that. And of course now we can pressure even more with another Brutal Swing if they want to farm us down. This is not gonna happen though. Gonna throw the lance, down we go, and at this point I'm just gonna farm down with my Charizard because you know what, I have two shields. I'm gonna use one, get all that energy on my Charizard, and of course get out of here with a lot of crazy damage. So Charizard expecting the next Pokemon. This time it will not be the Jellicent, but instead the Gyarados. So we're just gonna throw straight the Blast Burn, and we will try to nuke them down twice. Is this gonna work, trainers? And boom! Another boom on that Gyarados. And of course with the Grident at the back, we have a lot of win cons here. They know that, and we're gonna grab this amazing victory. Obstagoon now with our Ampharos, and I will try to catch the move on the Charizard. If you can can do that, this is gonna be awesome. So because I was having a feeling that this will happen, I just did it. Otherwise, I could take the first one and then switch out because Charizard being healthy is much better than what I just did. Anyways, we still have the energy on the Ampharos. They get the double boost for some weird reason, so I will just keep pressing here with my Pokemon. I'm not gonna throw the the Blast Burn, excuse me, yet, because I want to go for the Dragonclaw. I know they have 2 shields, so I will just try to go ahead and nuke them down with the Blast Burn. However, they are already there, they were definitely counting, and now they go in with the Giratina on the switch. This is not looking that great. They also did a double boost on the Obstagoon, and of course now even a double Brutal Swing will not finish off Giratina. However, it will bring it super close to no HP, which means that we might have a chance overall with our Virizion. So let's see how we can adapt to the situation, because things are getting kind of tricky. Dragonclaw here able to finish off our Ampharos. We almost have 100 energy, a little bit lower than that, okay, but we got the Stone Edge against the Charmer, gonna hurt it a lot, and I will try to go for the Sacred Sword and the finish off. However, they managed to catch on that Obstagoon, and that is not looking that good, and also we are losing the CMP. What a crazy battle, well played to my opponent, but still that was a crazy battle overall. Obstagoon the next one, let's see, will they take 2 boosts once again? I don't know, but everything can be expected here. So Night Slash on that Ampharos, and we have the switch on the Charizard. Charizard is gonna do a lot of work on the switch as well, so if you do not want to use it as a closer, feel free to use it as a switch, but yeah, it is gonna be an amazing Pokemon at the back no matter what. Even against its counters, you saw against Jellicent, against Gyarados, you still had a lot of chances to finish them off, and also against Aurorus like we do over here, where the Blast Burn is gonna connect for big damage in total. Another move before fainting on that Aurorus with the Dragonclaw, and we also forced that CMP. Winning a lot of CMPs is one of the biggest assets that Charizard is having, and we know that they need a little bit of extra energy, gonna get advantage of that, and now we are gonna throw to finish them off. We also know that our Ampharos stands no chance at all against their Virizion, so that will be the end for them, because we have a Virizion healthier than theirs, and of course we got more shields than them, which is an end game for that trainer, and we're gonna grab this victory. Into the final now, we're having the Ampharos on the lead, on the mirror. You love to see it, an amazing Pokemon in total. Perhaps I'm gonna do another video about Ampharos tomorrow. This one is pretty strong, so Brutal Swing for the big damage and the lethal on that Ampharos of the opponent, and you know what, my Ampharos absolutely did whatever it could. I'm just gonna go in with my Virizion, completely try to farm down this Pokemon, and this Brutal Swing will almost tickle me, so down goes that Ampharos. They have at the back the Giratina, and we got the Charizard coming in pretty clutch against that Pokemon. We still have a lot of energy to spare with our Virizion, especially with the Stone Edge, gonna deal a lot of damage if they are not careful. So now at the back there is gonna be a Charizard of their own, so we just need to charge up those Blast Burns. The first one is gonna connect big damage on the Charizard, and I'm pretty sure this will not be a Blast Burn. I absolutely read them down, gonna answer back at them with my own Dragonclaw, almost finish off the Charizard. That following wing attack will finish off the work, and right now we just need to reach to those back-to-back Stone Edges and finish them off. Almost do that, but we're gonna take this victory eventually, because Virizion is a very good closer as well. So that's all, trainers. Thank you for watching, thank you for staying till the end. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, and please consider joining as a member, because it helps me even more with my videos and supports me even more on my channel. Virizion for the win. That's all, trainers. Thank you for watching once again, and I hope to see you all into the next one. Take care, trainers.